Happy Friday, everyone. It's Carrie, and we are at Pottery Barn. We're at the Pottery Barn location in Plano, Texas. This one is right off of Preston Road, if you're familiar with the area. It was my favorite store to go to when we lived in this area. So we're going to check out all the things that we can find in here today. It is a very, very big store. We're not going to be heavy on the price tags. We are just going to browse today. All of their items are online, super easy to access. And if there's an item where you're like, hey, I like that chair, what's that called? Pop me a comment. I will help you figure out which chair that is. So that way you can, if it's something you're wanting to purchase or whatever, you can go ahead and do that. I love this cardinal bedding. It has some beautiful red velvet kind of trim on it. Also, what do you think of putting that green swag over the top of the bed frame? I love that. Little cozy swivel chair right here. There was no tag on it, but we can always figure out what chair it was. The bed frame system there is the Oakley. And that one is $2,300. I would like to just move right into this room right here. I love the blues. I love, oh, kind of, we'll come back and we'll take a look at that one, but I love that whole section right there. Got some cozy blankets up here also. This table, this is the Portola. Sorry, I thought that was going to be the farmhouse one. That one is $2,100. $230 for that basket. I know my friends that don't shop at Pottery Barn are probably gasping right now. That's why I don't go over too many of the prices in here. That throws $170, $180. It is quality. It's quality. It's expensive. I totally understand. And I know that pricing freaks a lot of people out. I get it. Totally get it. Got some super cozy blankets over here. This one's called Fair Isle is the name on that one. And they do have a bunch of trees in here styled with all the different ornaments. And if you're shopping in the store, you can shop off the tree, but they do have big displays with all of the ornaments over there. I love all the plaids in here. We've got the navy and green. We've got the reds. I love that area rug. I wanted to come back and take a look at that. That is a pretty area rug. I love the blues. I love the wood table. All of this. This room is perfect. And so is this cute little bear. That's the little Pottery Barn Christmas bear this year. I think he is adorable. This sofa, is this the Big Sur? It is. I always love this sofa. And I have Pottery Barn furniture. My whole house isn't full of it. However, this is why I can tell you the quality. We've got some Pottery Barn sofas. York Slope, for example, is one. I'll show you that one later. Y'all, when I tell you, like, you buy it once and it's a last forever. I love the way they styled this bowl. There's actually little twinkle lights in there. They did not have those turned on, but I thought that was super clever. Add a little sparkle and twinkle to the bowl. I love this little side table here with this marble top. That's the Delaney. That one is $380. Pillows, the blankets. I don't know about y'all, but like my sofa stays about like that for 5 minutes, and then we kind of get in and cozy up with all the pillows. This blanket is the Fireside Cozy, and it's that buttery kind of soft material. There is some bedding that matches that plaid pillow. We'll take a look at that in a little bit. I love the blues. What do you all think of the blues? I love those. This is, I think, one of the funnest it's a sweater knit pillow with the little ski and everything on there. I thought that was super sweet. Good blankets down here. I had my son with me, so we were chit-chatting, talking about different pillows. And there's that light fixture. That is my favorite light fixture. I have this on my wish list. First of all, I need a bathtub. So, well, I need a house, then I need a bathtub, and then I would like to put that over my bathtub. For those that are new here, we're renting right now. We sold our house and just kind of doing this gap year at the moment. Also, I love this setup. Those blue velvet chairs, that's the exact fabric we were looking at for our dining room chairs. This one as styled, that's a $1,200 chair. Base on that was $700. I love this kind of lodge feel over here, the way that they styled all of this. Yeah, seeing the blue on the chairs now in person, I love that even more. I also love these little floor lamps. I like the kind of like shorter floor lamp, the reading one. Let's see what else we have over here. I'm telling you, this store goes on forever and ever. I love the blues and the reds in here. Color combinations. You know, I think sometimes not everyone thinks like, hey, I'm going to put that, mix that up. But that pillow right in the middle with that little snowflake kind of makes it all work. So this is the PB Comfort, Modern Comfort. That is one of their classic sofas. I love those two dark lamps right there. Those are kind of like nice, chunky, big size lamps. Got the blue with the fuzzy blankets over here, super cozy. I do really like how they mixed the blues in. There's a little bit of blue in that plaid also. All right, I spy our first tablescape over here. This is Christmas in the Country. That's the Aptos dining room table, $1,600 for that big table. I love this little beaded bow right there. That's so pretty. Absolutely beautiful. I love the natural greenery underneath the dishes. The mix of plaid, our kind of peppermint candy cane glasses in here. That set is absolutely beautiful. And here were those plaid pillows, not blankets, sorry. Get it together, Carrie. These candles were, the one on the far right, the largest one, those were huge, but I love the detail on the glass. The red one was a cinnamon. This one had, was this the eggnog one? Nope, that was the eucalyptus clove. And this is the Oakley dresser. So this matches that big frame bed that we came in and looked at right when we walked in the front door. And this collection over here, these are candles. I love this. So the little ornament opens up. This one was the cinnamon. And then there's even the smaller size. Super pretty. And the candles right now, 30% off. You can see that little sign there. I love that little bell top that goes over that. It's absolutely beautiful. I have to get all of our ideas here for styling our tables. How many of you use poinsettias in your house? I love them. I love to go to Costco. Our Costco sells the really big ones, and I mean by really big, they're gigantic. I really do love the light fixtures. And I will tell you, honestly, price-wise, because I'm in stores so much, furniture cost-wise, Pottery Barn is not outrageous for furniture in comparison to going to a furniture store. Now, if I'm going to compare it to a rooms to go, yes. Big price difference, big quality difference. But if I'm going to go to, like we have in Texas, Stacy Furniture, and then I have Weir's and even Haverty's. Haverty's is nationwide. And I will tell you, when I price compare things at Haverty's, I'll go to Pottery Barn all day over what, like price wise, quality. That's just my choice personally. Here are red poinsettia pillows. I think these are so pretty. And the way that Pottery Barn does their pillows, the way they're shown here has the insert. You can purchase just the pillow cover. So if you already have the inserts at home, you don't need to purchase a new insert every single time, then have to store pillows. When you purchase just the cover of it, then at the end of the season, you just clean it up, put them away, store them for the season nice and flat. I put mine in those little airtight zipper bags, put them up in the closet. That way when I bring them out the next year, they're not dusty or dirty or anything like that. I love this really rich velvety red blanket here across. That quilt is so pretty. There's so many layers on here. That plaid one was also a duvet. And we've got the reindeer bedding and then that super cozy blanket in there. This is the Raleigh headboard. This one is $1,800. I love the idea of having the lights on either side of the bed hang from, you know, like a fixture from the ceiling. Gives you all that space on your nightstand. Or even the lights that hang on the wall like a sconce. I think that's a super cool idea also. This is a very large credenza. This one is the Modern Farmhouse, $1,400 for that one. That's one of my, the Modern Farmhouse style is one of my favorite ones that they have in here. Super cozy green leather nail head. That is a recliner. And this recliner, there's our manual. This one is a manual one, so $2,200 for that one as styled with that leather selection. They've got the classic cable knit throws. These are $53. And here is the variety of ottomans that they have. Some of them swivel, some of them are stationary, but they have a bunch of different styles, and then you can customize them with the fabric of your choice. And right next door is the Williams-Sonoma store, but that'll be in the next video. I like these nesting tables right here. Let's see which ones these are. These are called Malibu, $650 for those. Oops, there's some kind of pillow mayhem over there all stacked up. That's how we would do at home, right? You just chunk the pillows off over into the chair, get cozy on the couch. So this is really fun. They take these little trays and this little fake snow. They actually sell bags of this particular snow in the store, but I love that for a styling idea. We've got our Christmas quilt with the tree on it. This is beautiful. Kind of stand back so you can see the whole size of the bed right there. That lamp base, that was a marble base on that one. And if you're a little more kind of like neutral, tone on tone for Christmas, I think this set is beautiful. That pattern in the quilt had a little bit of kind of a gold fleck in it. And I'll show you a close-up on it. Hopefully you can see it. Love that lamp base. Little trinket tray right there. But can you see the little flecks in that gold color? It's really pretty. In person, you can pick up a little bit of the gold fleck. I know on the camera I have to get up a little bit close, but again, I love how they swagged over that greenery. So not a full, it's not a Christmas pattern on this duvet set, but with the green in here, super pretty. You don't have to change out all your bedding for Christmas. You can just style your nightstand if you want to do that a little bit. Oops, I thought that was the tag for the set, the bed set. This is the Cayman set. So nightstand, Cayman, bed set is Cayman. The bed frame, sorry about that. All right, this is a new collaboration that they have in the stores and online. So we've got all these little ruffles, super delicate pink, a lot of rosette in here. So it's called Love Shack Fancy, and I'll show you the little tag over here. So if you like little florals and ruffles, it is the Love Shack Fancy collection with Pottery Barn. That's the Salsalito set. I kind of like the wood color and tone on that set also. Do you all like a perfectly matched bedroom in terms of your bed frame, dressers, everything matches? Or do you like something like this where you have a fabric headboard? So this is the Harper non-tufted. And then mix it up with some woods. What do you like to do in yours? We have the fabric headboard, and then we mix up our nightstands and dressers with those are being wood. It's so pretty. Okay, so I have to tell you, I think this is a super cool setup right here using 4 chairs, a really generous size coffee table. One of the houses we've been looking at has 2 dining rooms, and we don't need, has the breakfast nook and a dining room. We don't need all of that, but I would love something like this in place of one of those dining spaces. I think it would just be way more useful. So that's the modern farmhouse little table. And I don't mean like little and kind of width around. That's about the size of a standard breakfast room table. Another beautiful quilt set over here. This is the Irving chair, so as styled, $1,400 on that one. And see, here's another one of those trays with the fake snow. I think that would be beautiful. We could totally all pull that off at home. I'm sure we've got a tray. We can get some little snowy material somewhere. But they do sell it at Pottery Barn if you like that one in particular. Cozy in here with these blankets. Oh my goodness. It was super cold and rainy out today, so coming into the store, it just felt so like, let me just curl up on the couch. They do sell the twinkle trees that are in the back, and they go up to 7 foot. In the store, they have up to 5 foot. They have it in the darker color and in gold, so it was 3, 5, and 7 are the heights. I thought they were super pretty. Just get that little kind of delicate twinkle off of there. And I want to point out here, these ornaments, these are the Luminara candles. So they're the battery operated flicker candles. And we have really tall, those are super tall candlesticks. Little like juniper berry sprigs in there. I love that. This table, the glass and brass, that's the Everson. That one's $800. The Bolinas, that's your big credenza right there. This gold pillow, oh my gosh, with the plaid, I think this is so pretty over here. So this is the York sofa. This is the sofa that we have at home. Mine's a little bit darker than this one. So that's the York Deep. They've got it styled there, $3,600. I bought mine as a floor sample. If you go to Pottery Barn often, you're going to find they turn over the furniture pretty fast. Some items have never been on the floor, and they still sell them as part of their floor samples. That's how I bought a few area rugs. Super fun red and green. So you could do all red, you could do all green, you can mix and match. I love the mix and match. Feels super, super festive. Have a centerpiece down there. You can put 2 candles in there. And I love the Christmas tree shape dish. That's really pretty. And they have their gingerbread collection, which is absolutely beautiful. I love this little vintage looking reindeer tucked away back there. That little coffee cup, that's so fun. I'll circle back to more of the gingerbread in a moment. There was a woman over there shopping. So we'll look over here at some other things before we go back over there. These are the black iron Christmas trees, the black iron reindeer, and then those really tall statement piece candle holders. I love these. And the table that these are set on, this is the Newport credenza. All right, let's go check out that bedding. We saw the pillow when we first came in, and I had mentioned there's some matching bedding for it. Beautiful plaid. The Christmas tree is woven in there with threading. So it has kind of a dimensional look. I love these little evergreen branch trees. This Malibu, $450. I love that little bench also. We saw something very similar to that at Home Goods actually recently, of those little benches. There's the little teddy bear. They put him on a pillow. I think that's super sweet. He's tucked in over there in the bed. Let's take a look. This bed frame is this Somerville. I love this one. It has kind of this like antique feel to it. Let's go over here. We'll take a look at the nightstand over here. I love the styling. I tend to be far more modern in my decor at my home, but I love items like this. Here's another one of the trees that they have styled up over. This one has all of the little, so we've got some little animal puppies, penguins. Let's see what else. I know they do have little cat ornaments also. Let's see. All right, we've got some of the little, oh, I love this little teardrop one. There's some glass Santas on here also. The little dog with the tree. I'll show you the ornaments on the wall here in a minute. So we've got the dog. He's got a whole tree in his mouth. We've got snowmen. We've got some little cats. We've got some glass ones across the bottom. Santa. We've even got a cowboy boot in there. I love those. I love that vintage look. We've got plaids. Those are super pretty. Got some stocking holders over here. We've got our little snowmen. 2 different sizes. And then we have the black iron Christmas trees that coordinate with the ones we saw before. And then just the flat ones. They do have 20% off of all of their floral picks right now. So it's all the faux botanicals. They've got the Luminar candles there that were in the wood, look like the tree birch. I love this set also. There's not much that I don't love when I come into Pottery Barn. And one of you had asked me if I had found any of the Hanukkah items in Pottery Barn. Our stores don't have them inside the store. So I don't know if your store has them, but I'm not missing them. They just don't have them in the store. But if you are looking for Hanukkah items, in one of my Target videos recently, a huge selection at Target. Home Goods also has a lot in the store, but I went through the whole entire store in here and there was nothing. My store in Florida also, at the time that I was there, did not, but I will check it when we get back. A little owl in the glass there, that's so pretty. So if you could pick a look of the trees that you've seen so far, do you like this kind of like cool, like creamy whites, browns, woodsy look, or do you like that super traditional red plaid? Or did you like the one with a little more kind of fun with the puppies, the dogs on there? And then there was that little vintage one when we came in also. I think I'm definitely team vintage. They have little acrylic ornaments up top. Those are all those boozy kind of drinks. And then down here we had a combination of some glass ornaments and some fabric ones. These little trees. We've got a little star and that angel. They have an owl tree topper. I thought that was pretty cool. So if you're very into the woodsy look, that was pretty special. Sorry, someone needed to come in over there and look at stockings, so I needed to scooch out of her way. But we'll circle back over here since she's done over here, and we'll take a look at all of the gingerbread place settings. I love this one here. It's for Rudolph. I love that. Like I said, I love the evergreen, kind of start with the evergreen base and then build the dishes up. We've got reindeer, we've got the sleigh. Some different serve items. It's a beautiful set though, for sure. Oh my goodness. I like how this is kind of just very simple. It says Mary Mary on the pillow back here. We've got some ornaments and a big bowl. It's just kind of super delicate, kind of a little bit of Christmas without a complete overhaul of like your everyday look. I love that little snowman tucked in there. Just super delicate. I think this is really pretty also. And very, very traditional over here with the plaids. This is their woodland set. So they had the woodland one for Thanksgiving. This is now the Christmas set. Aren't those trees fun? All right, so show of hands, how many of you set your table? Because I have a couple friends that do this. Their tables are set all the time in their house. Like through the whole season, their tables are set like this. I think it's absolutely beautiful, and I would love to know how many of you definitely do that through the season. And with that, everyone, we are going to wrap up at Pottery Barn. We got to head over to Williams-Sonoma and see what's good over here. So watch out for that in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I appreciate all of you. I will see you. Be sure to show up for Saturday's video too. We've got home goods on Saturday. All right, everyone, take care, be safe, and I'll see you soon.